Welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. Today we have a big challenge for true trivia minds. 50 general knowledge questions, a bit of everything. Let's get started.
Captain Hook, Tiger Lily, and Tinker Bell are characters in what story? Peter Pan, The Jungle Book, or Alice in Wonderland? Off to Neverland with Peter Pan. Where do ants live? A hive, a formicary, or a burrow? Those tiny architects really know how to build a community in their formicary. A thief is often said to have what fingers? Butterfingers, itchy fingers, or sticky fingers? Sticky fingers. Which UK country has never hosted a Commonwealth Games? Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland? Time for Northern Ireland to step up to the podium. In Greek mythology, Zeus, Hades, and which other god divided the world between them? Apollo, Poseidon, or Ares? Poseidon. Who released the 1979 album Highway to Hell? AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, or Black Sabbath? The great AC/DC. Tony Hawk is famous for which activity? Surfing, snowboarding, or skateboarding? Skateboarding. The densest concentration of Jurassic bones ever found. The Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry is in which U.S. state? Montana, Utah, or Colorado? Utah, where dinosaurs still rule the rocks. In TV's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what color eye mask does Raphael typically wear? Blue, red, or purple? The turtle with attitude, red for Raphael. Which clothing brand makes the iconic 501 jeans? Levi's, Wrangler, or Lee? Classic never goes out of style, just like Levi's. Patrick Jane is the main character in which TV series? Suits, Monk, or The Mentalist? Patrick Jane is The Mentalist. In the series of children's books by Norman Bridwell, what animal is Clifford? Dog, elephant, or horse? Clifford, the big red dog. What is the main ingredient of a traditional fondue? Cheese, chocolate, or bread? Say cheese. Singer Peter Hernandez is known by which stage name? Pitbull, Bruno Mars, or The Weeknd? He's out of this world, Bruno Mars. Which song was Beyoncé's first US #1 single as a solo artist? Single Ladies, Halo, or Crazy in Love? Crazy in Love. What was the original name of Constantinople? Troy, Byzantium, or Antioch? The answer is Byzantium, but today we call it Istanbul. What stimulant is present in tea and coffee? Caffeine, nicotine, or taurine? Caffeine, the legal drug that makes mornings bearable. Will Wheaton appeared regularly as a fictionalized version of himself on which TV series? How I Met Your Mother, The Big Bang Theory, or Community? My favorite, The Big Bang Theory. Saaremaa is the second largest island in which sea? Mediterranean Sea, Baltic Sea, or North Sea? The Baltic Sea. What cycling race was held for the first time in 1903 and won by Maurice Guérin? Tour de France, Vuelta a España, or Giro d'Italia? The Tour de France. A common idiom meaning taking a rest is recharging your what? Batteries, energy, or circuits? Recharging your batteries. Who succeeded Hitler as president of Germany in 1945? Hermann Göring, Karl Dönitz, or Joseph Goebbels? Karl Dönitz, the admiral who captained a sinking ship. Which American author wrote Jaws? Michael Crichton, Peter Benchley, or Stephen King? I live on the coast, but thanks to Peter Benchley, never swim in the ocean. What is the alcoholic ingredient in the cocktail Bloody Mary? Vodka, rum, or gin? Vodka. The Foveaux Strait separates two of the islands of which country? New Zealand, Fiji, or Indonesia? New Zealand, where there are more sheep than people. What is the cube root of 216? 3, 6, or 8? Math doesn't lie. 6 times 6 times 6 gets you there. How many days a week were there in ancient Roman times? 6, 7, or 8? Romans used an 8-day nundinal cycle. Hypertension is a medical condition otherwise known as what? Slow heart rate, high blood pressure, or low blood pressure? Low blood pressure. Which of these Aussie actors is the son of a former Australian Prime Minister? Chris Hemsworth, Julian McMahon, or Heath Ledger? Julian, son of Sir William McMahon. What was the full name of the US president known as LBJ? Lyndon Baines Johnson, Louis Bernard Jefferson, or Leonard Benjamin Jones? Lyndon Baines Johnson. Which figure in Greek mythology famously flew too close to the sun? Hermes, Atlas, or Icarus? Icarus. The film Valkyrie is set in Germany in which war? World War I, World War II, or the Cold War? World War II. What was the name of Napoleon's favorite war horse? Bucephalus, Marengo, or Hidalgo? Marengo. Who is baseballer Joe Slobotnik's greatest fan? Charlie Brown, Bart Simpson, or Dennis the Menace? Charlie Brown. Good grief. How many lines are in a sonnet? 8, 12, or 14? 14 lines in a sonnet. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? Edward the Confessor, Harold II, or William the Conqueror? Edward the Confessor. Which author of The Little Mermaid and The Princess and the Pea was born in Denmark in 1805? Hans Christian Andersen, Charles Perrault, or Lewis Carroll? Hans Christian Andersen. Which country do sinologists study? Japan, China, or India? Sinology is all about China. Lassa fever is named after the village in which it was first detected in 1969. Where is Lassa? Ghana, Sierra Leone, or Nigeria? Nigeria. What band did James Brown tour and record with in the 1950s? The Supremes, the Famous Flames, or the Temptations? The Famous Flames. Who placed his cloak on a puddle for Queen Elizabeth I? Sir Francis Drake, Sir Thomas More, or Sir Walter Raleigh? Sir Walter Raleigh. What is the official language of Liberia? French, English, or Portuguese? English is the official language in Liberia. What's the international radio code word for the letter A? Apple, Alpha, or Andrew? Roger that. Alpha it is. Which military battle took place in 1815? Battle of Waterloo, Battle of Trafalgar, or Battle of Hastings? The Battle of Waterloo. What would you buy from a Gibbons catalog? Coins, paintings, or stamps? A stamp collector's paradise. Who first proposed that all things were made up of air, earth, fire, and water? Empedocles, Aristotle, or Socrates? Empedocles. What part of a car engine mixes fuel with air? Alternator, carburetor, or radiator? A carburetor. What is the former name of Botswana? Rhodesia, Nyasaland, or Bechuanaland? Bechuanaland. We know it as the English Channel, but what do the French call it? La Mer, le Détroit, or La Manche? La Manche? In the original story, of what were Cinderella's slippers actually made? Glass, fur, or silver? Cinderella had fur slippers. Nice work, legend. You made it to the end. If that one tested your brain, wait till you see what's next.